That sounds really good. I like that. Good morning, guys. Kuba here. Boy, this is really something. I'm going to introduce you to my second new Safyre. This is the 4000. It's a high speed. This is the Safyre SF 4000 because it's a 4000 size. It's the second largest in the series. And this is a high speed reel, which means the ratio on the return is a lot higher. The line's going to come back faster. There's good and bad points. I mean, if you're going to go after big hitting heavy fish, it's not a good thing you have. You kind of want to have a lower ratio, but if you're going to be going out for a smaller, faster fish, this is the reel for you. Not a bad looking reel. Fits nicely even in my big palms. Has the nice T-bar handle, so for gripping for wet hands. The 3000 below sizes have the regular finger septons. The T-bars are usually for higher rated reels when you need to really grip when your hands are wet. Has a rubberized area in the middle here for your braided lines. All right, let's see what else can I just, does have a anti switch here. Does have a line keeper knob here. Nice strong clicker and solid bell wire, really solid, not really thin. Daiwa's on that LT kick, the light and tough kick, so all the wires on it tend to be a lot thinner, so you have to be real careful not to drop them. This one here will look like you can take it, not a big drop, but a decent drop. Otherwise, it seems to fit well in the palm of my hand. The aesthetics for the colors is pretty good. Overall, it's for a sub $100 reel. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't feel like it. But let's get into what's inside of this, shall we? This here is a 9-footer, and to be honest, a 9-footer. I mean, you can get away with 9-footer, but why would you? I think the 9's too long. This is the one I'm going to go with. This is an 8.5. To me, this should be topping it off. What it should be is a 8.5. So this is what I'm going to go with. Now, I think Okuma was the one that recommended 7 to 7.5. So this is a 7.5. So this would be on the top what Okuma would recommend. But that's mostly for the freshwater guys, you know, and I'm going saltwater. So saltwater, because of most of the time saltwater, you're going to have big distances for reefs and sandbars. I prefer a little longer rod so you can get your bait or your lures out there. So that's why I decided I'm going to use an 8.5, a very light 8.5 to accomplish that. So I'm going to try something new here. Instead of just pointing out every feature like the gear ratios and spool capacities, I'm going to show you 2 graphs that I put everything on, and we'll just read from that, and that should kind of streamline the whole process. Okay, gang, instead of just reading it off, here's a list of all the accessories that's included within this model. I always like spinning my reels fast like that because I feel the cyclonic flow effect where it, when you're actually spinning the reel, it does create a cushioning of air going out like a true cyclonic fan, and that'll help keep the spray away. But this has a IPX-3 rating, which means that it's partially water sealed, which means is that if you accidentally dump it, if you get out of the water, shake it off, you still should be okay as long as it's quick. But in terms of heavy rains, you should be okay. So the ranges of these reels is both for inshore coastals, which is saltwater, or for freshwater. So you kind of want to use the 1,000 2,000 sizes for your trout, then 2,500 up, you're going to use that for your bass or whatever other species you want to hit. And for your saltwater species, I would, because the saltwater tends to be a little bit bigger in size and power, I would start with the 4, go with the 5. Like I already showed you the 5, but the 4 is pretty good. So to summarize, these are available in 1 through 5,000 sizes, and the 2,500, 3,000, and 4,000 are the sizes that are like this. The higher ratios, and the higher speeds. It To be honest, I myself don't need, because I'm usually targeting bonefish and jacks. I don't need higher speeds for that. I actually prefer the regular lower ratios. But for some of those that want to target fish that are very lively, jump a lot, and the jumping is they do that a lot is because it's going to dislodge the hook, right? Hopefully dislodge the hook. So keeping the pressure up is very, very important. Some people prefer to horse them in with the regular lower ratios, but that's up to you. So that's my report. I'm going to also add in my suggested, well, not suggested, mono and braid capacities. I'm going to include that also in everything here. And I'm just going to go ahead and inside right now. Oh, by the way, 1 year limited warranty, as with most models. Okay. Thank you. Also, this is the line recommendation for monofilament and braided line as well.